This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by
NeXus Fantasy Football League.
The NFFL Fantasy Football League.
So, you think Alex is a big black nigger? Big what? Oh, shit. Oh, hello there. Hi, guys. Hi. Yeah. Anyway, so, you're probably wondering what we're doing here right now, and I would probably think the same thing. But we're actually here to discuss a few things. But the main thing we're really getting into is the schedule. A lot of people, I'm sure, have not seen the schedule. Probably nobody's seen the schedule. So we are here to discuss the schedule and the matchups you should look forward to. At least keep your eye upon. I think that's what I would put it as. We haven't drafted yet, though. Remember that. We have not drafted yet. We're going based on the players, and this is why you should watch. Some of the matchups themselves actually have titles. So, you should keep your eyes on these matchups. And that's what we feel. We're going to give you our opinion. You can have your own fucking personal opinion, whatever you want to do. But if you didn't at least read the schedule, we're going to tell you the schedule right now and give you our opinion on what we think. But let's start off. We're going to go with week one, of course. Week one, I think, is actually the best week right now because everything came out perfectly. Now, I want to start with, of course, the Scorpio going against What Would Tebow Do? Then we got Lotus Flower Bomb going against me, the Smooth Effect. The Bound Crushers are going against Ryan. Russell Treason. Almost fucked that one up. The newbie. The new guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's the new man. He's the new man. He's the E-Man. But he's really the Tassans, Assassins. And he's going against Coney Island's finest. Mrs. Rogers going against 50 Shades of Green Bay. Ryan Leaf's comeback going against the funky Comedinas. And Vince Will Fork You is going against Ravens Fly Together. That's Henry versus Henry. That's Henry versus Henry, actually. So this is the week. First week. Who are your eyes locked upon?
Ryan Leaf versus Funky Comedinas, of course.
Oh, man. Ryan Leaf.
Redemption.
This is Alex's redemption chance.
Yes,
I mean, it's not like he's going to get the trophy if he wins.
No.
But,
They were the last two teams standing.
they were the last two teams. They were the last two teams standing.
Funky Cold Medinas.
The funky Comedinas lost, but can the funky Comedinas win? We don't know.
He's back.
We don't know. He's back. He's black. He's funky. And funky But yeah, me too. I'm locked into the. I keep mixing them together. Ryan Leaf's comeback in Funky Comedinas. It's the Oz, and the way I say it, I go Aw. So yeah, I'm locked into that one. I think that's going to be the matchup of the week. Especially for the first week, and I'm sure there's going to be some trash talking going on there, especially when it comes to Alex. Maybe he'll do
They're
the
both
dance.
really good at videos, so can't wait to see what you guys
Yeah,
do.
creativity should show up within the next couple of weeks because it starts soon,
Yeah.
at least a month, and within a month we should have a season. But let's get into week 2. We got the Tassans Assassins, 50 Shades of Green Bay, the Bound Crushers going against the Scorpio. Cherie's going against Ryan Leaf's comeback. The Coney Island's finest, Lotus Flower Bomb. Ravens Fly Together, the funkier Comedinas. What Would Tebow Do? Smooth Effect himself. And Vince Will Fork You against Mrs. Rogers. So who's your who you liked upon in that week?
Trees versus Ryan Leaf.
Trees versus Ryan Leaf's comeback. I'm going to
Yeah.
disagree with that one, though. I'm going to disagree with that one. Because, actually, I'm more interested in Vince Will Fork You going against you, Mrs. Rogers. You got Sarah. She's new. She's a new girl. And she's going to try to take down the reigning MVP. You got to keep in mind, that's going to be interesting, especially because she's been talking a lot of shit.
Just not against me.
But not yet. But I'm sure she will. I'm sure, especially because you're a Jet fan and she's a Patriot fan. If she didn't know she's a Jet fan, she's a Jet fan. So now you have a little bit
The
of
other
push
green
there.
team.
Yeah, and she likes Mrs. Rogers. This is Aaron Rodgers too, but we're not talking about that. Okay, so yeah, you're saying that you're gonna go with the Trees and Ryan Leaf, and I'm going with Vince Will Fork You against Mrs. Rogers. Week 3, we got this one's going to be good. I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for this one because last year, we had like the Wifey Bowl, we had the Twin Bowl, we had all these the Black on Black Crime Bowl, and this one is going to be more. We had the Couples Bowl, we had that stuff, but this one's going to be more interesting because it's finally we get something a little different. It's the Brothers Bowl. I'm not talking about niggers. I'm talking the Brothers Bowl because seriously, we got the Bone Crushers and the Tassins Assassins.
Okay.
We got 50 Shades of Green Bay going against Vince Wilfork. The Scorpio going against his buddy, the Trees. Lotus Flower Bomb going against What Would Tebow Do. The Coney Island's Finest, that's the Black Bowl, going against the Funky Echo Medinas.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Lee's Comeback going against me, the Smooth Effect. And Mrs. Rogers going against Ravens Fly Together. So your eyes are locked on what matchup on this one?
I'm sure most of us will agree with me. Bone Crushers versus Tassins Assassins. Brother Bowl.
The Brother Bowl. I'm locked in.
Bowl.
I'm definitely locked into the Brother Bowl.
That has to be interesting.
Besides my matchup, I'm definitely going to watch that matchup because you got Sirhan, who's been in the league, he knows his shit. We all know that. He knows his shit, but then you got Erhan, who's never played fantasy football. Not really a football kind of guy. Just, he wants to play, he wants to learn, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this might be a learning experience for him. Because he's playing against somebody that not only is older than him, not only do they sleep in the same house, not only do they share the same bathroom, they share the same bathroom, so one shits, the other one shits, and they argue over anything they can think of.
Fighting.
They're always fighting, so it's only right for them to fight on the death of fantasy football.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter if it makes sense because I'm going with the Bone Crushers going against the Tassins Assassins. And I have to ask, do you think that the Tassins Assassins, they have a shot?
No.
We haven't drafted yet, but the point, like...
I do not, but I still want to see how this goes.
I mean, this underdog. You don't go for the underdog?
No, I'm a Jets fan, come on. I always go for the underdog. But no, not in this case.
All right, here's one more question when it comes to this one. Now, you got the Bone Crushers, Tassins Assassins. We got the two Tassins going against each other. What if Erhan does pull this one off? What will Sirhan do? Instead of what will Tebow do? I want to know what would Sirhan do.
I hope he doesn't quit.
Hey, I don't think he would quit. I
I
think he'd be very mad.
I don't know.
Be very quiet for once in his life.
He does that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Week 4. Let's go into it. We got the Funky Comedinas going against the Bone Crushers. The Scorpio going against the Tassins Assassins. The Trees going against Vince Wilfork. Mrs. Rogers going against Army Boy himself. Coney Island's Finest. Ravens Fly Together going against Lotus Flower Bomb. What would Tebow do against Ryan Leaf's Comeback? And 50 Shades of Green Bay going against me, the Smooth Effect.
Okay, this is rather simple because I would actually really like to see 50 Shades versus the Smooth Effect.
Me too, actually. Me too. I'm very interested in that matchup because, as we know, last year I was her first win.
Mm-hmm.
And
well deserved.
Sure. Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm my redemption time. It's over.
Redeem what?
Redeem what? Redeem what? She was 0-5 or some shit before she played me. She should have never won that match.
You gave her a
never
chance.
Won that. No, Shane gave her a chance. I didn't give a shit. Shane gave you that chance. You should never have won that match. So this week, I'm going to take your 50 Shades of Green Bay, whatever, and piss all over that shit. Fuck.
Let's not do that, okay?
I'm going to piss all over that.
This is an R. Kelly video.
Well, it doesn't matter. Isn't Christian Grey at the peeing on people?
No, actually, if you had read the books, he does not piss on anybody.
I'm sure deep down he likes to get pissed off. But we're going to get into week 5 now. We got 50 Shades of Green Bay going against the Scorpio. What would Tebow do against the Coney Island's Finest? The Bone Crushers going against Ryan Leaf's Comeback. Lotus Flower Bomb going against Vince Wilfork. Mrs. Rogers going against the Trees. The Tassins Assassins and Ravens Fly Together. And of course, the Smooth Effect himself against the Funkier Comedinas. And which one are you looking into?
You know what? One of them really strikes me. And that's the Bone Crushers versus Ryan Leaf. And
yeah.
I think we know why.
Because there's hatred there. That's
is.
why. There's a lot of hatred between both of these competitors.
Whether they admit it or not, they do not.
Oh, fuck that. You fucking guys do not like each other. And that's what makes it even better. because I'm interested in that matchup too. But actually, I'm more interested in the Smooth Effect going against Funky Comedinas.
Why are you picking it, you cocky bastard?
No, it has nothing to do with me. The fact is that me and Alex played each other last year twice. He won and I won, so it's game 3, bitch. Moving on to week 6. 50 Shades of Green Bay going against the Trees. Twin Bowl.
The Twin Bowl.
Is this part 2 or part 3? I think
part 2.
This is part 2?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, so we got Twin Bowl part 2. Because Lotus Flower Bomb is going against Mrs. Rogers. The Tassins Assassins against the Funkier Comedinas. The Coney Island's Finest going against me, the Smooth Effect. Ravens Fly Together. The Scorpio. Vince Will Fork You. Ryan Leafs Comeback. Bone Crushers. And what would Tebow do?
This is very interesting because there's a few really good matchups here.
There's a lot of good matchups.
But come on. I'm a twin. I'm a Gemini. I'm going with the Twin Bowl.
I'm going with the Twin Bowl too. I mean, I believe you. I think you won last year.
I kicked her ass.
So it's 1-0 right now. But can Sophia?
She helped me stay undefeated.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody helped us stay undefeated.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't one person made you stay undefeated. Everybody.
The Twin Bowl, come on.
I'm going with the Twin Bowl too. How could we pass on the Twin Bowl? Everybody wants to see it.
Everybody wants to see twins fighting.
Yes.
There's no mud or jello involved.
No.
Thankfully.
Yes, thankfully. We don't need to get into that. We don't want to get into that. We don't want to see two sisters. I don't see two sisters fighting in mud. That's disgusting. It's terrible.
Lies.
No, it's terrible. I don't want to see that. Maybe Martin would.
Okay. Now let's keep on.
Hi! All right, we're going to move on to week 7 as the paper falls. We got the Scorpio going against the Smooth Effect. Coney Island's Finest, Ryan Leafs Comeback. 50 Shades of Green Bay, Lotus Flower Bomb. The Bone Crushers going against Ryan Leafs. Nope, I did it again. Ravens Fly Together. I keep mixing them up together. Vince Will Fork You going against the Funkier Comedinas. Mrs. Rogers going against the Tassins Assassins. And Russell Treason going against What Would Tebow Do? What are you going with this one?
I have to think about this one because this... wow. These are just really random.
Very random matchups.
You know what? I am gonna go. I want to see me beat Erhan Tassin.
Ooh, so you're going with yourself going against Erhan Tassin.
That's just an easy one.
The Tassins Assassins.
I want to see that.
Actually, I'm more interested in watching Russell Treason and What Would Tebow Do?
I was looking at that one too.
I'm thinking Mark versus Victor. I think that's going to be a good matchup. I know Mark will sit there and talk his shit, but I think Victor might be able to pull that one off. But we don't know yet. We haven't drafted yet. Moving on to week 8. We got the Bone Crushers going against Mrs. Rogers. Lotus Flower Bomb going against the Funky Comedinas. What Would Tebow Do against Vince Will Fork You? Russell Treason and Ravens Fly Together. The Coney Island's Finest and the Scorpio. Ryan Leafs Comeback against 50 Shades of Green Bay. Couple Bowl. And the Tassins Assassins going against the
I'm going with the Couple Bowl.
Going with the Couple Bowl too. How can you not want to go with the Couple Bowl?
I want to see this.
I gotta see Ryan Leafs Comeback going against 50 Shades of Green Bay. I'm definitely down for a Couple Bowl.
Sean versus Alyssa.
I'm definitely down for a Couple Bowl on that.
I want to go Alyssa.
Yeah, yes, go Alyssa. Yeah, absolutely. Now
we're agree on something.
It's weird. We're gonna get into week 9 though. We're gonna go. Let's see. Let's get the matchups. We got What Would Tebow Do going against Ravens Fly Together. The Scorpio going against Ryan Leafs Comeback. The Coney Island's Finest, 50 Shades of Green Bay. Mrs. Rogers going against
Yours truly.
the Smooth Effect himself. We gotta turn the page. The Bone Crushers and Vince Will Fork You. Lotus Flower Bomb and the Tassins Assassins. And Russell Treason going against the Funkier Comedinas.
Another Couple Bowl.
A Couple Bowl, another Couple Bowl. Mark and Alex.
I'm going with the Couple Bowl.
Mark and Alex?
The real Couple Bowl, you motherfucker.
Oh, Mrs. Rogers and the Smooth Effect. I'm actually going for that one too, because I lost last year, and that's some bullshit. So I think this year, I think it was a fluke. So I think this year,
It was not a fluke.
this year it's going to be different, and you're going to feel the effect, and you're going to get. You've already been in smooth effect
I
before,
mean, I've
so
already been accused of witchcraft, Alex. Maybe I still have it.
absolutely, that's not even a lie. We're going to move on now to week 10. We got Ravens fly together. Ryan leaves comeback. The Scorpio going against Lotus Flower Bomb. Vince will fork you going against the Tassans Assassins. 50 Shades going against the Funkier Comedinas. Mrs. Rogers against What Would Tebow Do? The Bone Crushers going against me, the Smooth Effect. And the Coney Island's Finest going against Russell Treason.
Black on black crime.
Black on black crime.
You know what? I want to see Ravens fly together and Ryan Leafs come back.
I'm interested in that match too, actually.
It's
I am
Sean versus
John.
the cousin-in-law.
The cousin-in-law bowl.
Cousin-in-law bowl.
The cousin-in-law bowl.
Yeah. I know what you're going for, though. You're going to have to say it.
No, I'm going for Ravens fly
Are you
together.
agreeing with me again?
I'm not going. Why? You thought I was going to go for the Bone Crushers and me?
You're like a bone crusher suck dick.
I don't suck
You
anyone's
love
dick.
him.
I just love to say Bone Crushers. And soon I'm going to be loving to say Tassans Assassins.
Okay.
It's just fun to say.
So it's the cousin-in-law bowl.
I'm going with, I'd like to see John and Sean go at it.
I would love to see that.
It's
too.
just one of those things. And I don't mean like you guys making out. I mean like fantasy
No, we don't
football.
want to see that shit.
But you got to get into week 11.
Yeah.
And like week 11 we have the Funkier Comedinas and What Would Tebow Do? Mrs. Rogers and the Scorpio. The Bone Crushers. 50 Shades of Green Bay. Lotus Flower Bomb and Ryan Leafs Comeback. Vince will fork you. The Tassans Assassins. Ravens Fly Together and the Smooth Effect. The Coney Island's Finest and Russell Treason.
And that's it.
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay, you know I'm going with Lotus Firebomb and Ryan Leafs Comeback.
Interesting.
I think you know why.
I just realized that that's a double. I just realized we have a double.
Why?
I just realized that in week 10, Coney Island's Finest plays Russell Treason, and in week 11, the Coney Island's Finest again played Russell Treason.
You motherfucker.
I just realized that.
But
I'm gonna
change it.
I'm gonna have to double check this. That's not supposed to happen. But if for some strange reason it is supposed to happen, that would be pretty cool. Back-to-back match.
Yeah.
If it has to happen, it has to happen. I do not want to go through the scheduling shit again. It's a bitch. So I'm gonna double check it, but right now Shane and Mark are going twice against each other. And honestly, I am actually interested in that matchup.
I'm not.
I'm interested in seeing Shane and Mark go, especially if they're going back to back. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be a great matchup.
I want to see Sean versus Sophia. I think that will be very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't really consider that a match to watch. I don't see that as a match to watch, but we'll see what happens. Week 12 now. Moving on to week 12. We got Vince will fork you. The Smooth Effect. Coney Island's Finest and the Bone Crushers. Ravens Fly Together. 50 Shades of Green Bay. The Funkier Comedinas. The Scorpio. Ryan Leafs Comeback. Miss Rogers. Lotus Flower Bomb. Russell Treason. And the Tassans Assassins. And What Would Tebow Do?
The Cousin Bowl.
Cousin Bowl.
Yeah.
We have Ravens Fly Together and the 50
I
Shades of
wanna
Green
see
Bay.
that.
I'm interested in the Cousins
I
Bowl.
want to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Cousins Bowl. I'm going to have to go for John versus Alyssa.
Alyssa, yeah.
It's going to be, I think, it should be interesting. It's towards the end of the season. It might be playoff talk.
And we've never seen John play.
We've never seen John play.
We know Alyssa already knows what she's doing, and she's good. What about John?
Well, we'll find out, though. But we got to get into the final week of the season.
Week 13.
Week 13. The Funkier Comedinas and Mrs. Rogers. 50 Shades of Green Bay. What Would Tebow Do? Lotus Flower Bomb and the Bone Crushers.
That's going to be so interesting.
Ravens Fly Together. Did I skip one? No. And the Coney Island's Finest. Ryan Leafs Comeback. The Tassans Assassins. The Smooth Effect and the Trees. And Vince will fork you. against a Scorpio. What are you looking at? I think I know what she's thinking. Because I'm thinking the same thing.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Lotus Flower
Yeah,
Bomb and the
yeah,
Bone Crushers.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
thinking
thinking that too.
that's going to be a matchup to watch for.
Another couple that don't really like each other necessarily.
Yeah, nah, there's no love between that anymore.
No,
Anymore at least. They used to be like this.
Right, they used to be really
They used to be
close.
like great friends, like awesome friends.
Not no more, but Sophia actually does not harbor any ill feelings towards him.
Okay, well,
She does not.
no, she doesn't hate him.
No, hate's a strong word.
Hate is a
And she doesn't hate anybody. She just, I guess she just could care less if he's on this planet or not.
Oh well, that's not the way you want to look at things in life. You
She
just made
does not hate
you
him.
just made Sir Hen. He's probably watching this. Probably so upset. He probably just went under the covers.
No, he's not. Please. No. He wouldn't be upset over that. But I do want to see that.
Yes, I want to see that matchup too. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. That's actually it. We're done talking about that. We're done talking about the schedule. Obviously, we told you what we feel is going to be the match to watch. I have to double check the schedule because we have a double. I don't know how that even happened, but I have to double check. And if there's no way I can make a change, then looks like Shane and Mark are going to have to go back to back against each other, which could be good because it could be like a redemption type match. If Mark wins that week and then Shane's like, fuck this, I want to get my redemption.
Or Mark could win 2 in a row, Shane could win 2
Yeah,
in a
it
row.
might, and it's towards the end. It might be playoffs, so it could help somebody.
out.
It could help anybody out depending on what happens. But that's
Based
the.
on what week that is, that was what, week 11? Whatever. But,
It was like I think it was week 11. Yeah, it was week 11.
yeah.
Yes, it was week 11 when it
help
happened.
somebody out immensely.
Absolutely. And well, that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon though because we have to discuss Sarah.
Yes, we do.
There's a video that has to be made for Sarah, and we have to actually discuss the Tassins Assassins as well because he's new and we got to get his video over too. The draft's in like what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? Yeah,
The 17th. Yeah.
about 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's about 2.5 weeks. So I hope you guys are prepared because if you're not, sorry, you're gonna be into deep shit.
Get your cheat sheets ready.
Get your cheat sheets. Get your do your research. Do whatever you can because after the draft is done, I'm gonna be back with the final roster video, and that's when I'm gonna give my predictions. The first ever for season 2. First predictions of season 2. It's gonna be me doing it, me doing the discussions. I don't need no help. I'm gonna do them on my own, just like I did last year. Go through everybody's team, everybody's roster, and discuss what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
So, I'm the Smooth Effect himself, and of course,
I am Mrs. Rogers.
And-
You know me.
and we will see you guys very, very, very soon.
Peace, bitches.
Peace, niggas.
Hey!